everyone. I'm hoping that you're having a wonderful day. I know that I am because I get to have here at our clinic Draven. Hi, Draven.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So I saw you this morning. I was so excited to see you in our office and being able to work on your skin. It's been about close to 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
You grew up on me. What happened? That you're very handsome. And so what we're going to be working on, Draven, today is more the post-inflammatory condition. He hadn't been in, and even though we offer him to come in and pick up his stuff, he hadn't done it, and so just been busy, which we understand. But I'm glad that you're here. Of course, with COVID, I think, and then me being sick, it just didn't work out. But I'm glad you're here. So tell us, what have you been up to?
Not much. Just trying to get through school.
Yeah? What grade are you in now?
I'm in 10th, about to go into 11th.
Wow. Well, you got taller on me. Couldn't believe it.
Really? I'm pretty sure I've been the same height.
No. Unless I got shorter. Could be. You know, as you get older, you get shorter. So, but we're not going to go there, Draven. We're going to talk about you. So, talk to me about maybe what are you planning to do now that you're, can go into a career path. Is there anything in particular that kind of draws your attention?
I like music a lot. I like to create music. Anything with like creation and artistic stuff. I like. So music production, singing. I'd like to go into animation maybe, and maybe video game art. That's some stuff that I would like to do.
You can kind of mix those two together too.
Yeah.
So what I went ahead and did is opened up that lesion that was risen, and just let some of the content come out. And I'm going to go ahead and work on his nose. And let's go ahead and Draven, I know it's been a little bit since you've been here, so it's like deja vu now, right? Like, oh no, I've been here and she's done that, oh no. But I promise it'll look really nice after we get done with it, okay?
Okay.
Today is such a beautiful morning. Got up and made myself some coffee, and I have like my house is not a big house, it's a small house, but have the backyard set up so that birds could come and feed, and so it's so nice to see them all gather up. And while I was having my coffee, they were having their breakfast. It was really nice. Okay, Draven, I'm going to turn you this way. So he does have a lot of blackheads through here, and I'm going to go ahead and remove those because you don't want to keep them on there. They'll grow, and then they'll make his pores look bigger, and they will get bigger, and I don't want that. Because remember, once those pores are opened, then we can make them look smaller, exfoliate the area so the surface of that pore will smooth down, but it won't close. So we have to make sure that, because they're saying they're not like windows where you open and close them, but we could definitely keep them looking nice and clean. Draven, you have made my day. You don't even know. It's so good to see you. I have missed you.
I miss you too.
Not the extractions, but me, right?
Yes, you.
Turn a little bit this way, and then you could see them come up. I'm going to just give this a try. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but kind of push against that pore. And I'm just getting the ones that are kind of bigger. I am going to go back and wash with a 20% acid wash. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because, you know, he hasn't seen me in a little bit. He's not really as primed as I want him to be. And so I'm going to use the 20 to help soften that area for him. Okay. Now the 20% acid wash, I don't recommend it unless you really are very, very oily. And I really rather you start at a 12% and maybe work yourself up to a 20. The 20 is great for anti-aging, but you have to start, because it's like a chemical peel. So basically this wash is like using a chemical, it is using a chemical exfoliant in a soap base. So really does exfoliate very nicely. But you don't want to compromise the pH balance of the skin. And so you want to make sure you really hydrate that skin, drink plenty of water. And sometimes you'll feel like your skin has acclimated to it. You know, and a lot of times I hear patients say, oh, I feel like my skin has gotten used to it. And it will. So what you need to do is, if you're only using it, let's say for instance 5 times a week, then do it 5 times a week, twice a day, or change to a higher percentage. But doesn't mean that it's not working. It really doesn't. It's just that you're used to that tingly feeling, and you don't feel that because you've removed a lot of those cells already. But back off and let your skin build up back again, and you'll see. But as long as you keep using it, because it is an exfoliator. And you can see already just that nice, see how the pores already looking smaller? And it's just because it's getting rid of a lot of that debris. I am in a contest for Central Texas. I think it's for this area. And basically what it is starting on the 9th, you can vote for me. And it just allows me to tell my story in our newspaper. And there's like 10 people that are going to be able to win this contest. And I would love for you guys to vote for me, if it comes from your heart, to do so, because I would love to really tell my story from the beginning and how everything kind of fell in its place for me, and like to share that with our community. So I'm going to be posting something on my Facebook page where you can go to and vote, okay? So I truly would appreciate it if you did that for me. And if you don't, that's okay. I still love you guys. All right, so that's much better, feels better. I do want to get in these little corners. I'm going to open these up. Are you using a sunscreen?
No.
No. I'm going to give you some samples to take with you, and then you let me know which one you like. You need to use sunscreen because you're starting to get a little bit of the little brown spots. It's probably from when you were little. Did you spend some time a lot in the park, or go swimming a lot?
I'm not sure.
No, you don't remember?
No.
Well, being from Puerto Rico, I have those memories. Isn't that crazy? I loved it. I regret it now, but I loved it then. We didn't have, the information that we have now concerning the sun. I remember my mom, She bought me an SPF 2. You go figure. But that's what they had by Coppertone. And I cried and cried and cried. I was so upset because my mom was making me put on an SPF 2. I always liked to look real tan. And I used to put Crisco. It's crazy. My friends and I, we used to put Crisco and lay on top of our roof so we can get darker. Oh my goodness. So no, we don't do that anymore. If you want to comment below and just let me know, what did you guys do when you were younger in teen years to get a tan? I know that it would have to be my generation, because now that's just unheard of, you know. Okay, turn this way. How are you holding up?
I'm doing all right.
Draven, do you ever watch your own videos?
I used to.
You used to? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to see on this one. I'm glad you came in, because you really did need a good cleaning, you know?
Yeah.
Did you feel it kind of building up already?
A little, yeah.
Yeah. To go a little deeper on this. Okay, so it's got a little bit of an active bacteria. You could see it in here. I'm gonna go ahead and lightly open it up. Do you guys remember how we do this? We stretch it outward. Okay. Instead of pushing inward. And the reason why is because you don't want to get that bacteria to go in, but you want it to flow out. Okay. So again, you could go, I sometimes do a 4x4 on this. Just a gauze, you know. And then you just kind of turn it until it starts to drain. Okay. This is going to sting a little bit, okay?
Alright.
And that's because I'm going to use the 20 again. But I'm going to pat it lightly. Reason why I'm doing that is because remember we talked about it coming up to the surface of the skin, the bacteria. So that's what I wanted to do, okay? Still love me? I'm so sorry. And you want to go ahead and pat this dry, or pat the water on there. You don't want to scrub because you don't want to create friction. So talk to me about this area. Do you find it that you do this sometimes because it just kind of like may itch a little bit and you just find doing this? Pinching it or?
No.
No? Okay. So it's just kind of doing its own thing?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to open one of these here, but what I'm going to do, and this is for the, for the esthetician that's watching. What I usually do whenever I have a little bit of the possibility of that patient scarring, and you see that it's red, so it's active bacteria. So what I'm going to do is I am going to either put salicylic on there, which is aspirin based. You want to make sure they're not allergic to aspirin. Or I will put trichloric acid at a 20%. It's a nice exfoliator, and it also kills bacteria. And then it'll peel, so it'll get that cell turnover going, okay? So that's going to be the protocol. I'll let you know exactly what I'm going to do towards the end. But one of those two is the one I'm going to go ahead and use on him. Does that hurt Draven by any chance?
Yes.
It does, okay. So, you tend to keloid a little bit. Do you have any other keloids anywhere? Or hypertrophic scars?
I'm not sure. I got both my ears pierced and my eyebrow, but my eyebrow, I think, is the only one.
The only one? Okay. You have to be really careful, okay? And just make sure you pick someone who's very reputable, because you're very prone. Actually, my suggestion would be not to get them, because they can get out of hand and grow pretty bad, and then you'll have to either get them cut off. Usually what they do is they put a steroid shot to bring it down, and it's pretty painful, okay? So anyway, I don't want that for you, so just don't mess with them, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're not gonna mess with anything back here behind the ear because he's got some scars that are forming on there. Okay. So as you can see, he got himself piercing, and then it caused an infection, and he's got a little bit of hypertrophic scarring going on there. So we have to be very careful. Okay. Now we're gonna go on this side here, and I'm gonna just gently open those. It's not too bad. He's a little bit more agitated. on that side, but this one's not as bad. Okay. Which side do you sleep on?
I'm not sure. It just depends.
Depends, okay. Make sure you change out your pillowcases, okay? Preferably use a white pillowcase. And so that way the bacteria doesn't sit on the pillowcase and get on your face, okay?
Okay.
And you can see it's starting to come out. Some pressure there. It came out, okay? I am going to double check. Check just one more time. There we go, just a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and use the 20% wash. Same way I did on the other side. Okay, he's got some active scarring right there. He's got a small milia right here and right there. So we're going to go ahead and get it out. Remember, bevel up, 35-degree angle, stretch that skin, and you're just going to go around the perimeter and create little left of that skin, so it'll have somewhere, you know, just to go out from, because milias need to be open. There's no way you can get them out unless you open them. So, and I don't know if you could see it, but we got it out. Okay. There's one right there. Got that out. Go ahead and do the nose area. Okay, so this is about as much as we're gonna do. He's not as acclimated as I want him to be. So I'm gonna, there's some other areas definitely that I wanna work on. So we'll have him come in, right, Draven? You're gonna come back and see us.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash his skin one more time. Remember I told you that I'm gonna go ahead and spot treat those areas that have active scarring, which we call tracking, and so we're gonna work on that real quick, and you're gonna feel this a little bit, Draven, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to dry his skin really good. And I'll put the acid on there. So this is the one that we were working on earlier. And I said I went ahead and opened it up. Try to get stretch out. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing from here up and out through the area that I opened. On the side here, he's got 2 blackheads. There's one. Make sure I cleaned it out really good. The next one is right next to it. One right there. Okay, now. So let's go ahead and put that acid on there. So these haven't been opened, so I'm gonna do TCA. The one that I have opened, I'm gonna spot it very lightly with salicylic. You don't wanna use TCA on an open wound, you know? So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Use this giant Q-tip and it'll absorb the TCA, and that's what I'm going to use on the outer perimeter, again because it's not an open wound. I don't want anything that's open to apply TCA on there. Okay, so you are going to feel it. All right, you ready? So this is the area that he has a little bit, you can see it, the red is considered the active scarring. And so I want to make sure that we kind of just coat that area through there for him. How does that feel?
Feels fine.
Okay. With the fan, it shouldn't be bad. Okay. And through here the same way. Just kind of spot treat that. Okay, I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna try to create a little bit of a frost. So by pushing this type of solution, the best way it works is by pushing, stretching the skin. And then the more you push and stretch the skin, the more penetration of the solution goes into the skin. So what I'm going to do is try to create a light frost. And basically what that means is that it causes the skin to dry and heal. Okay. We'll get a little bit of a peeling effect. Alright. Now the next one I'm going to use is a salicylic. It's a low percentage, so it's not anything that is real strong. It's aloe vera base, so it's very gentle. And I'm going to just those areas that I feel like I need them to dry out and kill the bacteria. And salicylic is used a lot in over-the-counter products. See it's starting to frost a little bit. It's because it's opened. I'm going to go ahead and do this here. Here. We have a fan going on him, so he's not going to feel it, which is good. I want him to feel comfortable. All right, so we will see him in about a week or so. That's when I like to see him back here. I'm feeling better, and I'm just so excited to be able to see my patients back here again and kind of pick up where we left behind. And so, you know, it's great for them because we could finish the whole process and get their skin where it needs to be again. So anyway, thank you so much, Draven, for coming in. I so appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you. And everyone else, thank you for tuning in. And I love you. From the depths of my heart, I'm so grateful. And look us up on Facebook under Enilsa, aka the Queen of Pops. And then also look us up under Enilsa Skin Essentials. I truly appreciate it. And if you find it in your heart to vote for me, please do. Anyway, take care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.